Yes, family, blessed love. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. And give thanks to the Black Christ in flesh, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. We glorify Marcus Mosiah Garvey in all our doings and sayings, the Black Tiger in flesh. Of course, we are very honored to be in the presence of the Father and the Mother of creation. We're talking about the true life giver. Out of male and female, all come true, all of us here. Of course, you know, you are in the Tiger's Nest, but this is a special edition of the Chalice Talk. I know many ones have been asking about the Chalice Talk. Well, I mean, to be honest, almost every talk is a Chalice Talk, but I know what you're saying. The specific Chalice Talk, and we do have the Chalice Master here. I'm speaking of Honorable Prophet Daniel as far as the creation of the chalices, which we will get to in a few moments. But for sure, we're going to be having a wonderful sit down as we go into the Sabbath. And we'll be talking about the experience of the Honorable God, the Honorable Prophet Daniel, as he recently returned from a visit to our headquarters, which is 9 miles Bull Bay, or 10 miles Bull Bay, 9 miles out of the city. You know, give thanks, you know, Honorable Prophet Daniel, blessed love, for stepping into the Tiger's Nest. It's a joy to see the eye again, my Lord. Blessed love.
Blessed love, God. Give thanks for having me.
Yes, give thanks, my Lord. And in a few moments, we're going to go into the meds with the family, but, you know, we're going to have a little time for the sit down and everything there. And, you know, even before we get too far into the visitation to the hill, you know, as I just mentioned to the family there, as the is, I would say, the master right now when it comes to the preparation of our chalwa. And, you know, a few individuals have definitely taken the chalices from us. This is one of your creations here. So just in case, before we go too far, those of you who are there in the international community, this is Chalice Talk. In fact, I have my chalice ready. I think we've been doing Chalice Talk almost a year now or more. So I have my chalice ready. And how we begin Chalice Talk, I usually take the draw of the chalice while the program is going on. Usually when I come and sit with you, I already sup a cup or two. But this is the program where we elevate, and basically we always definitely encourage our listeners to get their chalices as well. You know, and for sure you could definitely get your chalice from the Honorable Prophet Daniel, you know, wherever you are in the world. But if you're in the US, well, wherever you are, it's still easy shipment, that is for sure. And you could definitely contact the Honorable Prophet Daniel directly, or even through us. When you visit our email, not our email, our website, pardon me, when you visit our website and you go into the shop region and you will see the section dealing with the chalices, you just click on that and it will carry you straight to the Honorable Prophet Daniel, and he'll be able to lead you through the different types of cups that he have, the chalices, the Holy Grail. For this is the Holy Grail. Those of you who never saw the presentation we did on the Holy Grail, I will advise that you check it out right here on our YouTube channel. Just type in Holy Grail and it will come up. Here you have your steam chalices as well. The Honorable Prophet definitely, you know, doesn't just do what we call the water chalice, but you also have the steam chalice, you know, riverboat and telephone chalices and so many different types the good brother has. So I'm just encouraging you to definitely contact us any which way, and you will be led to the right source where you could get your wonderful cups, you know, definitely for the ceremonial order. These are very lovely, Honorable Prophet, I must say. And even before we go into the depths, let me just give the family an idea of what I'm speaking of. So all you have to do is visit the international platform, which is priestisaacinstitute.com. Of course, you just go into shop, as I say, and you just browse through and you'll see all the information there eventually, and you'll know how to find the chalices. There you are, you see the chalices there as well, and you'll see everything that you have to click on and know exactly where to get it. You just take your time and browse through, my family, and everything will be there for you. And as I said, you'll be able to get your chalwa. Or you could definitely email me at priestisaacinstitute, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. But let me just show you, once you come to the website, it makes everything much easier. That's basically the point. You'll find everything you need there to get, you'll find our email there. You'll find all the contacts there. And it's just a click away. Anything you want to order, just click it. And you'll know exactly the benefits thereof. But what I want to share with you, because I'm going to light my chalice before I engage with the Honorable Prophet. And Honorable Prophet, what I'm just going to do here, I'm just going to visit Radio Anu for a moment, just to see what Radio Anu is doing. This is our international radio family. This is where you can sit in. And let me just tell you now, oh, we have some Nayabingi going on there, man. Let me just tell you right now, if you're looking for a good Sabbath Nayabingi sound, every Saturday, from the sunset to the sunset, you tune into Radio Anu, and it's all sabbatical sound. If you're not going to the Tabernacle, you're not going to the service, just tune into Radio Anu every Sabbath, from Sabbath start to Sabbath set. Nayabingi sound. Honorable Prophet Daniel, just give me a second while I take my first drop. And bless up the people. Holy Manuel I. Last year. All right. Those who don't know, that's Nayabingi music. Nayabingi sound. Rocking colonialism out of flesh. And rocking in righteousness. Where's my shaker? Holy Manuel. Yeah. But it's really his shaker, really. High grade, eh? Priest Kello, I heard there moments ago. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Honorable Prophet Jadaniel, give thanks again for sitting with us, my Lord. Blessed love.
My Lord.
Of course, the manager and the founder of R7 Designs, not just building the chalice, but even designing them in such a wonderful and marvelous way. But my Lord, you don't know. There has been doing a lot of mighty works, you know, internationally right now. Even since, well, even prior to your visit to Fulbe, we all know that you're an individual that, you know, you gather people together. You know, you definitely always provide this platform where ones could come together, reason and express themselves going forward. You know, whether it's Rastafari in general or it's Bobo Shanti. And lately, I've seen that you've taken up the mantle of, you know, at least on the virtual level, conducting, well, maybe not conducting, but hosting the choir practice, as well as the study classes. And to be honest, I think more Bobo Shanti should know about it. I don't think everyone knows. And, you know, even before we leave here today, I definitely want to make it clear exactly what the eye is doing on that level and how ones could partake in that mission there. But at the same time, you know, I know the eye just took a link. Give me a second there, Honorable Prince. I know the eye just took a link, a mission there to Bull Bay, which is in our headquarters in Jamaica, to visit the camp, you know, that has been established by the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Of course, we know the Congress was established since 1958 from the 1st of March. But the thing is now, of course, we know that the Congress itself has not, that was from 54B Spanish Town Road. But the Congress itself right now is established in 10 miles Bull Bay, where it has been since the 70s, you know. And we refer to it as the city upon the hill, the gated city, where Marcus Garvey said, look to the northeastern side of Warwick Hill, to the northeast, pardon me, of Warwick Hill, you know, where the armed man shall rise. Even within those old Jahab books, it speaks of Marcus Garvey saying he sees the angel of the Lord, you know, rising the red, black, and green on the mountaintop. So we always align these prophecies with the mission of the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards and the Congress, plus the foundation that he has established, which BI has gone and visited. So my Lord, I just would like you to give the audience an idea of your experience, you know, what you saw, what you gathered, what you can relate to at least my audience here in the Tiger's Nest on Chalice Talk. And of course, depending on what you bring to us, we will develop a reasoning, because I know you would have sat with the elders who sat with the Father. You know, I'm sure you would have gotten some culture that some of us are just watering at the mouth to get. And of course, the service. I even hear Honorable Priest Headley speak of the magnificent earthquake, which he ties very seriously to you. So I wouldn't mind hearing about some of these nice spices that you have picked up, you know, and I'm asking you to bless the congregation with your words of Holy Manuel, Selassie, Rastafari.
Yes, my Lord and Empress, give thanks and praise for life and the life giver. And give thanks for all good things said and done. You know, give thanks to be in the Tiger's Nest again. You know, it's a blessing and a pleasure, you know, to be in the eye presence and, you know, to be able to speak to the eye, you know, subscribers and viewers. So I give thanks, you know. So yes, my Lord. So I went to Bobo Hill for Honorable Marcus Garvey's Earthstrong.
Yes.
And I arrived the Friday before his Earthstrong. So I got there in time for the Sabbath, you know, and I stayed with Honorable Priest Headley and Honorable Empress Maisie and their family, their lovely family, who, like, the way I even linked up with Empress Maisie was kind of like, you know, mystical, because she, earlier in the year, she just sent, I think she may have called me, but I didn't recognize the number because I didn't have her contact. So I texted and said, you know, who is this, please? And, you know, she said, it's Empress Maisie. I said, okay, wow, you know. So, you know, from then on, we just built a relationship, and now we pretty much talk like every day. You know, she checks on me like I'm her own son, you know. So they welcome me, you know, and, you know, I got to meet their family, you know, Honorable Priest Daniel. I stayed, you know, at his gates, you know, he welcomed me and made sure I had everything I needed. Like, I never had to ask for food. I never had to ask for a drink, or I never had to ask for herb or anything. Everything was just, you know, provided, and it was beautiful, you know. So the Sabbath now, the Friday I stayed, we didn't go up to the camp for the Friday evening because I arrived late, you know, which, you know, my whole trip, the flight and everything was a whole experience in itself, because you have to wear the mask, you know, in the airport the whole time. And in my trip, I took, like, it was 3 flights. I had to go from Asheville to Dallas, Texas, and then from Dallas to Miami, and Miami to Jamaica. And so I spent the night in the airport with the mask on the whole time, which, you know, is really stifling, and, you know, it's not comfortable. You can't really go in and out of the airport so easy. So, you know, and it's a really huge airport, so I didn't want to get lost. So I just stayed there. And my luggage got lost. I still didn't get my luggage, you know, so the whole time I was there, I didn't have any of my clothes. I didn't have any of the things that I brought as gifts. I didn't have my tools, you know, my tripod and some of my robes, and some things they were in there. So, you know, that was sort of an inconvenience. I mean, it was a shock, you know, because you arrive in another country you've never been to. And then, you know, one of the first things you find out is that you don't have any of your things. And, like, I'm the only one on my flight who didn't get their luggage. So it's just like, you know, yeah, it wasn't very comfortable to find that out. But anyway, I didn't have to worry, you know. They like I said, the Samuel's family made sure I had everything I need, you know. You know, they have 9 children, and some of their sons are my same size, and even their grandsons. So, you know, I was fine. But anyway, so because I arrived so late, because there was, you know, delays and all of these things, we didn't go up for the Friday evening service. But then for the Saturday, we went up for the morning service. Priest Headley and I walked up together. And, you know, when we reached to the top of the hill, you know, seeing the tabernacle and seeing the gate with the arch, you know, the beautiful red, gold, and green with the, you know, black 5-point star everywhere. And, you know, it was just, it's like, for somebody like me, like, not even somebody like me, for me specifically, it's something I've, you know, dreamed, envisioned about for years, you know, because I've been learning of this order from 2012 and haven't been able to go there yet. So to see it now and be there in flesh is just a, you know, a wonderful feeling, of course, you know. And we, you know, of course, we went into the gatehouse, and, you know, that was a sight in itself. So it's beautiful, you know, the red, gold, and green. And even just to look inside the courtyard for the first time and to just, you know, see the place where our God and King used to dwell. You know, we would say he's still there, but in reality, you know, in his flesh, in his temple that we know, that just to see the place that he used to live, you know, and the foundation that he set up is just, that's another thing, you know. So it's like all of it for the first time is not quite overwhelming, but it's just a really, it's like it felt like a homecoming, kind of like, it felt like this is where I belong, you know. This is where I feel like natural and comfortable, you know. But, you know, after, you know, going in, we went to, the service had already begun. It was in the beginning of the first hymn. There was only one priest, you know, Priest Gentle Edwards, the leading priest, and one person, one brethren, another priest in the congregation, Priest Huey. And so, you know, Priest Headley wanted me to really even make it known that it's a serious thing, you know, that on the Sabbath day, there's only one priest on the altar and one brethren in the congregation, you know. He felt like that was something important that the world should really hear, and that the Bobo Shanti order and the Congress members should really take note of, you know. So, but anyway, we went in, you know, and because Priest Huey was there ready to play the kete, Priest Headley, of course, is the funde man, you know. And, you know, I honestly wasn't exactly ready to play the bass, in a sense of, it's my first time coming to a service in the Tabernacle, so I'm a little bit, not really say nervous, but just, you know, kind of, it's a new experience. So anyway.
You want to observe a bit first. I know.
Yeah, well, true, but he welcomed me in, you know, and so I just, you know, I know how to play the bass, so I just did it, and it felt pretty normal and natural once we got going. But yeah, into the 24th Psalms chant, that was the time when the earthquake happened. And while we were in the tabernacle, we didn't feel it, you know. I personally didn't feel it. I didn't know there was an earthquake. But, you know, after the service, reasoning with some people who didn't come to the service or who maybe came later, they said they definitely felt it. And they said it was like a long, compared to some of the other earthquakes that they had felt, they said it was longer than like a normal one. That one brethren said that when he was laying down and when he got up, he felt dizzy because it was moving so much. So, you know, and like I said, I didn't feel it, but you know, that was, you know, I don't know if that's me or if it's just the order, you know, but it's definitely something I'll remember. You know, I wouldn't want to be like bragging about the fact that there was an earthquake in Haiti, you know, because that's caused a lot of, you know, problems for African people that live in Haiti. you know, so it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, the service was nice. It ended up, you know, it was a full congregation, 7 priests on the altar. You know, the hymns were beautiful. I learned some new hymns and all the culture and all of that stuff. It was just, it was great. It was a great experience, you know, to play Nyabingi in on the Sabbath day in the Tabernacle, you know, in the foundation. That was a blessing, you know. The first time coming in, you know, just right in, you know. And I also played the Funde a little bit. Priest Headley had to step out. So that was, you know, a next experience. And yeah, so that was that, the morning service. Afterwards, you know, we went inside the gates and I got to meet, you know, Priest Sheppy and Priest Donald, you know, those two are really ancient elders, you know. Like Priest Donald, I asked him, he said he's been in the Congress since, excuse me, Harris Street, which I don't know what year that is, but it has to be before 1970 because that was the time when they came to the hill where they are, you know? So I also got to meet Priest Fligo and, you know, the whole congregation. I got to mingle and yeah, it just really felt normal and really felt comfortable. I didn't feel like, all right, before going there, right? For years, people have been telling me how it's dangerous up there and, you know, you could get robbed and people can beat you up and, you know, all the gunmen coming inside the camp and all this, but I didn't experience any of that. I didn't have any of the fear associated with that, or I was never nervous. I never felt uncomfortable. Or when I say nervous, I mean like I didn't feel unsafe. I always felt comfortable and I always felt, it felt natural. So I would just say that to anyone who's thinking about going, you know, I would still make the trot. It's, I mean, there's crime and violence everywhere in the world, you know. There's no place where you can go that you're 100% safe from anything, but Bobo Hill is definitely a peaceful place, you know, and it's a nice place. And yeah, so anyway, you know, I went in for the evening service as well, and I held the guard at the west gate, the west wing, the west entrance or whatever. That was, you know, a new experience, a hot experience, you know, because the sun is coming down, is on you the whole time, you know, you're standing there holding up the banner, but it was a blessing, you know, still. The service was good. And other than that, you know, I went to the morning devotion every morning as much as I possibly could. I wanted to be there for the service and to see the order and to really experience it. I did, you know, Psalms reading, and I got to mark the roll, you know, checking in the book, checking everyone's name. I got to do that one time. Got to track the hymns and, you know, all of that stuff. So, you know, it helped me to build myself. It helped me to feel more comfortable within the order, to understand the order more, you know, because like even when you say read Psalms at home by yourself is one thing, but when you're at the Tabernacle and you have, you know, priests in every 4 corners of the Tabernacle, and just the way the order flows and the way it all comes together is a really mystical experience, you know, and yeah, it doesn't compare to, you know, doing it at home, really. Yeah, so I give thanks that I was able to experience it and participate in it. And even the morning devotion is really a great way to start your day, you know? You start your day praising God and doing it in unison, in harmony with your brothers and sisters, whoever's there, you know? And these are all people that I never met before, but it just felt like a family kind of thing, you know? It was never uncomfortable. Yeah, I got to meet, you know, a lot of the brethren that I've, you know, seen on these different videos and heard in the different interviews and reasonings and things like that. I got to meet, you know, all of them, and that was a blessing, you know. Everyone made me feel comfortable. I never felt unwelcome or anything like that. Yeah, and so Marcus Garvey's Earthstrong now went up for the service the morning of the 17th. There was 2 priests, you know, Priest Garth and Priest Rushan were carrying the service. There was no one in the congregation. and they were, you know, they had been there since midnight, you know, and there was one guard. He was there also since midnight, and he held the guard all the way through, you know, until 6 o'clock, until, you know, the morning devotion. And I did get to play the kete then, you know, so within my trip, I got to play all, you know, the bass, the funde, and the kete, which I didn't really expect to be. Honestly, I didn't expect to do so much. Like, I really just expected to be like a observer kind of more so, and just taking it all in. But I really got to participate. Like I said, I got to do the roll call, and got to play all of the Daniel Band instruments. I met Honorable Priest Shimron, you know. He's I guess he saw me, he called me, and he approached me, and that was, to me, it was like shocking, really, because he's someone who I look up to, you know. For him to notice me and recognize me and to call me, it was just kind of like, you know, it just humbled me and just made me feel like more normal, I guess, and not like a visitor, more like a next brethren, you know. So anyway, he welcomed me into the office, and I helped them with some, you know, writing a letter that they were, you know, writing for the invitation for his celebration and everything like that. And Marcus Garvey's Earth Strong now. It rained all day. It was like a tropical storm, really heavy rain, you know. The heaviest rain I've ever seen in my life, for sure. Because I've never been in the islands during the hurricane season to see that type of wind and rain and stuff. It wasn't extremely windy, but it was very rainy. And that river, that dry river that they have there going up to the hill, it was, you know, rushing. It washed out a lot of the road, and yeah, it was a real big thing. I mean, you know, people down in the village at the bottom of the hill were saying that their cars even got flooded. It was so much rain. So yeah, it was a, you know, torrential downpour all day from like, I guess, morning all the way through the night. So no service went up, you know, for the evening of Marcus Garvey's Earth Strong, you know, which we would consider the 18th, the night of the 18th. Because, you know, being that the night comes before the day, it's the night of the 17th, but the night of the following day. So no service went up that night, but then there was again service, you know, the following morning. And, you know, so I attended the services as much as possible. And I really, you know, that was a great experience, just to be around kindred spirits, you know, to feel like I'm not alone, you know. Yeah, where I live is not really like, there's no real Rastafari community like that. So pretty much everywhere I go, I'm the only Bobo anywhere, you know. So to go somewhere where there's many of us and we all, you know, share a common culture, common goals, common aim and destiny, you know, it's just a real, it's a reassuring feeling, you know, because sometimes you may feel like you're alone or that nobody really understands you, or, you know, but you do have a family, you know, and it's a great thing to go and visit them and really experience the service order and to see the foundation and walk around, and yeah, just, you know, all of it is really, it's a blessing. I mean, it really just confirms my faith, you know, in King Emmanuel, to see, pardon me, what he established, not just the structure, the physical structure, but the order and how it goes all day, every day. You know, there's order for everything. And it's just, you know, it's not common, you know, it's not a regular person that could establish something like that, and for it to endure, you know, and even get stronger and stronger. So that being there and seeing the sites and participating in the services and things like that really just made me, for sure, more confident in myself and make me feel more like welcome and that I belong in this order, you know? Because, you know, even from the first time I was in the Tiger's Nest, you know, earlier in, I think it was either December or January, about the letter, that I wrote, you know, is like, the letter itself and the interview, it gained me brothers and sisters, and it gave me enemies. Yeah, and so from then, it just kind of, I wasn't really, I don't know, the way I felt about myself within the order was kind of a little, not to say unsure, because I know who I am and I know what I understand and what I know and believe, you know, as far as my faith and my culture and all of that stuff, but just didn't know who, you know, who really, I don't know. When you do interviews, it's like you just say what comes to mind, and then everybody can see it, you know? And so it's like you don't know what people think about what you say, but to actually be received well made me feel like at least most people maybe think that I said something of substance that was, you know, good. So yeah, that was a good thing as well. But yeah, and you know, I recorded a lot of audio, which I've been sharing in different WhatsApp groups and things like that. And would like to even share them on YouTube eventually, maybe. But I recorded some good video footage as well, which I'm, you know, working on making some type of documentary out of. So, you know, ones and ones could expect to see that. I don't know when, you know, I won't put a time on it, but when the time is right, you know, the Marcus Garvey visit to Bobo Hill will be, you know, I'll share it, you know, so ones and ones can see, you know. But yes, my Lord, that was it, you know, and you know, when I left there and I returned to America, it's like, it's just blessings upon blessings, you know. Life has, you know, I'm going through some things family-wise, but aside from that, things have been getting progressively better and better. Yeah. So I think it was a blessing, you know, overall to visit Bobo Hill. Yeah.
Yes, my Lord. Your testimony is enriching, to say the least. Asante sana pastor.
My Lord. Karibu.
You know, so all possessions will vanish away as a serious testimony by itself.
Mm-hmm.
He took everything away. You get it back sometime. You don't start to get it back. That's not.
Yeah, true.
Take it out your hand. Just to show you, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can't live by bread alone or anything else.
Yeah.
And to some degree, I could see, well, at least after a moment, it's not even something that you were concerned with anymore. And no. you don't even have to say if you didn't have no clothes. I know where you get clothes from. I know where you get robe from. I know. And as you say, you were coming to observe, but you just sat in the fire one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, and definitely understand that earth experience too. You know what I mean? I could testify myself, but not my moment at the moment right now. But yeah, so yeah, give thanks, you know, because I myself have that one of those interviews, the one you did with the Honorable Priest Fliego. You know, and of course, to all respect of the eye, I never utilized it except for myself. You know, as I said, you have so much, but you haven't gained them yet. So for sure, I definitely have to. But some good information you have there. I know the people would be definitely willing and ready to hear them. Eh? So even if it is okay with you, I could hear it on radio. I know the short interview you did with Priest Fliego. I mean, that's deep and heavy. So
for sure, my Lord.
Okay.
We did. We also did an interview with Honorable Priest Shimron.
He mentioned that to me as true.
I'll share it with you. Feel free to share it, my Lord. Give thanks.
Positive. So okay. So yes, and I'm honored. You know, I'm glad happy. I'm happy, you know, that you could share to the world the sort of welcome that you receive from the brother and the sisterhood. You know, your testimony sounds as if there's no complaints whatsoever, especially as it relates to, you know, the love that was expressed to the eye, you know, even to counteract maybe other sayings, as you yourself mentioned. One will say, I mean, in reality, things do happen. In fact, I wanted to ask you about that too, about how the environment was. In fact, let me just go straight there. How the environment was, you know, as it relates to the news that we've been getting. You know, I even did a program, you know, when I saw Prophet, I just break it on his channel. I did a program directly dealing with, you know, the situation when the police then came up Bobo Shanti Hill, saying that, you know, Bobo Shanti, they're saying that, you know, gunman passing through here and there. And of course, you know, we've heard some stories and maybe witnessed a few things, but what did you see there? You know, you sort of mentioned it earlier about, you know, things do happen, but you were okay. What did you see? What's your experience as it relates to these news that we've been getting from afar?
All right, so like my Lord, like I said, is like I never really felt unsafe.
Right.
You know, I never felt unsafe. I mean, all right, so you know, one morning there was while we were carrying up the morning devotion, I think that's what, yeah, we were into the morning devotion. There was an argument inside the gate, inside the camp between two of the brethren. I'm not sure exactly about what. It was a distraction for sure, because, you know, ones and ones kept kind of looking back, trying to see what was going on, which was taken away from the focus and the energy, you know, that should be going towards the morning devotion. But, you know, other and you know, even that is just, I mean, people have disagreements. It wasn't anything that made me feel unsafe or uncomfortable. It was just, you know, two people that didn't agree on something, you know, maybe talking a little bit too loud and not really enough love in their, you know, their tone. But yeah, I mean, it's human, you know. So that was that. But also the one time that I did read Psalms, I was on the north side, which is close to the road that goes, you know, past it. And a man, you know, from wherever, I don't know, walked by with, he had a gun, you know, with a strap, a big, you know, a two-hand gun, you know. He walked by, you know, but we made eye contact. You know, I told him, "Blessed love, my Lord," and he said, "Blessed love," and he just kept walking. And you know, I really didn't feel uncomfortable because I knew he wasn't coming for me, and I didn't have anything to give him. So, you know, it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe somebody else might have felt afraid, but yeah, I don't. You know, his demeanor was calm. He didn't look like he was, you know, engaged in anything violent. He just maybe for protection has to carry his gun. I don't know what, you know, the environment is like there, but like I said, the hill itself, perfectly safe. You know, nothing, no violence, no threat of violence, nothing like that.
You know, I know that listen, I know that, as you were saying, you had a little discussion, or not too much of a back and forth, but exchange with the parliament that is considered the parliament at this moment, how the parliament is structured. You know, a lot of Bobo Shanti don't really know what's happening in the whole government aspect of it. So sometimes it's good, those of us who have platforms, to make it known, you know, at least to give a word, not that is showing the whole world everything, but at least something that can be spread to the world and it doesn't damage your interior work that you're doing. But what I'm saying, so we know that there's a parliament that meets on Sunday, etc. I don't know if you have addressed the parliament, but I know for sure you've had interaction. So you're definitely a person that is interested in the governmental aspect of the Congress. Even though you may consider yourself a young man in the Congress, I'm sure you look at yourself as a baby. The way you speak to me, I know that. You know, you may not have used that term, but you clearly say, you know, you're a youth and you just come in and you know, you're looking to learn more. And you already, even in private conversations as such. So we know where you stay on that you've shared that. So, but still, that's a good spirit that you have. You know, you're interested in Parliament affairs and statical affairs. So now, since you have visited the Congress now, and you just explained that you assisted in putting some letters together, etc., etc., what could you share with us? And of course, share what you can share, obviously. What could you share with us as it relates to how the government is doing at this moment, parliamentary, governmental, I should say, parliamental, and even statical at this moment as a Congress?
You mean in the foundation itself?
From
or
the
just
foundation, headquarters, as you've been there for, how long you said?
How long I stayed there?
Yeah.
6 days total.
Oh,
yeah.
that's okay, 6 days. I thought it was a month you were there. But okay, still not good enough, man. For as you know, because that's the headquarters. You know, and of course, as I said, this is an international media. I know you ain't gonna tell everybody everything, but from what you know, you could share with us what's the state of how our headquarters is running, government.
Well, let's see. All right, so, all right. I'll just give an overview in general, not just parliamental, but like, all right, the ceremonial order.
Okay.
Right. There, I won't stay long on that.
No problem.
All right, there's not a lot of people that live there, and a lot of the like a good percentage of the ones who do live there are older, you know, like elders, ancients even. So, you know, they did their fair share of carrying up morning devotions and things like that. But in general, there's not, all right, Priest Headley explained to me that one morning there was no one carrying up the Psalms reading, and there was no one there to beat the bass drum when the horn was blowing. So it's like there's a need for more strength. And even in the interview that I'll share with you with Priest Shimron, he also expressed, or he said a similar sound, that there needs to be more ones living there to strengthen the order. Because, you know, I asked them, you know, well, I'll let you hear the interview. I won't go into that. But in general, more people need to be able to go there, whether they go to stay for 6 days, a month, 3 months, live there, whatever. But generally the fear, I guess, or the apprehension that ones may have of going there. And I mean, now it's like COVID, you know, so it's kind of more so people in Jamaica. But I don't know really how to travel is. Like some countries you can't really go to and from without being vaccinated right now. So I wouldn't say anybody needs to go get vaccinated to go to Bobo Hill. But, you know, in general, I would say it would be better if more people would frequent there, if not live there, at least come up regularly. But as far as like say Parliament in the foundation, I mean, I didn't experience any parliamental reasoning, but I did get a word the other day that supposedly came from the foundation that they don't recognize any online parliament. So I don't know that they're really aligned with the Sunday Zoom meeting group. So as far as a parliament overall, I would say the Congress needs to have a parliament. I think that's where we lack. The Zoom meeting and the things that group has going on is you know, is their work. I won't say anything negative about it, but to call it, say, like a parliament when the parliament is supposed to be 33 members, I don't really, and you know, even and the fact that the headquarters isn't even really, you know, in tune with it is like it kind of, yeah. So I don't know. As far as parliamental, governmental, now in the office, like I said, they were writing a letter, you know, like I wasn't really there that long, but at least I know that they are doing that, you know, so that's a good thing. You know, the office, the gatehouse was, you know, nicely kept. And Honorable Priest Chris is doing his job there, you know. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really experience too much governmental affairs, to be honest. Yeah, so I can't really say too much on that.
I think I had that somehow. I think I was matching that you were there a bit longer, but everything is blessed in. So okay, all right, fair enough. But now, still, I know you, and as I said, I only asked that question because I know the kind of mind that you have on those levels. So it's something that you would actually seek out and try to understand, okay, how are affairs here really running now? Yeah, give thanks for the service and the vibes and the bliss, but you know, what's the day-to-day running, how food, clothing, and shelter working. I know you'll be inquisitive in that. That's really why I asked. But then on another level now, you know, because as you said, you came to the kingdom where the Black Christ dwell. So I know for sure, even within the little time, or the 6 days, let me not say little time, that's relevant. You know, I know you would have gathered certain nuggets of information, certain jewels, as we would say. You know, things that, you know, you might not mind sharing with us, whatever it may be, because if you would have, even on the same interviews that you did, you know, the Honorable Priest Fliego went into certain depths. So I'm sure the other interviews, and even when you sat down with ones, and even when you spoke to ones, they would have spoke to you about their time with King Emmanuel, and as you said, the Honorable Priest Jackson, Priest Donald Jackson, was speaking of his time at Harris Street, and you know, so that's a long time. So again, I'm sure you have some nuggets you wouldn't mind sharing with us. So anything you could put on the table, I myself would be delighted.
True, my Lord. Well, you know, I really spent most of my time with Priest Headley, Empress May, Matthew, and Priest Daniel. You know, and I got to know their family. I got to meet their daughters and their grandchildren and even their great-grandson. Within the camp now, it was really... Pardon?
Great-grand?
Yeah, they have one great-grandson.
That's what Priest said, their name was going out with man. Wow.
Yes, my
God. Bless it.
True, yeah, so, I mean, all right. I can't speak for Priest Headley, but what I got from him is a deep concern for the future of the Congress.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, he's really concerned about the numbers of people that are there, the interest in carrying up the services, like, you know, in full capacity. Like, it's like how I said, when it came to like the Sabbath, when we went, there was one priest on the altar.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I feel, I don't know for sure, somebody else could clarify, but when King Emmanuel was there, I don't think a Sabbath service would start with one priest. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just a level to show. It's not to blame the people that are there, really at all. It's just to say that they have a lot to do. There's a lot of service out there, and they still have their life to live, to provide for themselves too. So it couldn't be all on just a small group of people.
Without a doubt.
It really is, my Lord?
No, I was saying without a doubt. In fact, you know, I mean, we enough respect to them and more things, you know. We really have to unite and get this thing right. But go ahead, man. Pardon.
True, yeah. So I mean, just to see that, like I said, there's only one priest, and then, you know, for Marcus Garvey's celebration, like, pardon me, I was expecting a lot. Like the Sabbath service, toward the end of it, there was a lot of people there, but for like the celebration now, it wasn't many people there at all. And so that was, you know, the service itself was great still, you know, the fact that there wasn't many people there didn't take away from the quality of it. It just was like, it just seems like, I mean, I don't know. As a Bobo Shanti, known as Marcus Garvey's Earthstrong, and there's nice going, I would be there, but maybe it's because I'm fresh and I haven't really done it a lot. You know what I mean? But that's just something I wouldn't want to miss, you know? So Yeah, I mean,
I do get that from Priest Headley more times,
yeah,
as they say, that heavy concern, you know. Because
true.
he's a man that walked with the Father. He see it, you know. I hear him speak to you, and some heavy thunder around here. I hear him speak to you. That's what it was. Some thunder was rolling earlier concerning, you know, him and Empress Maisie when they first came in and come, me thankful people come and, you know, so I know for sure he has a lot of experience. You know, I don't know if he told you of the situation with the bomb that was dropped
Yeah,
in
that
the,
that
it's a
that
well-known
was
story, but he's the one, him and Empress Maisie were the one, they were sitting on, I think, the veranda. It's either a helicopter or plane. I think it's a helicopter pass and drop a bomb. And it landed in the camp. I think they were just right where they are, they outside the camp, and then I think his priest Headley went for the bomb. I mean, I always hear the story, but Empress Maisie herself tell me the story. So, I mean, and he carried to King Emmanuel. And King Emmanuel say, he done disarm the bomb already. And then they carried, I don't think he was with the crew that carried to the heavy thunder out there, right? To the police station. But they say when they carried to the police station, the police them run out the station. You know, because they say, King Emmanuel say, carry it back, tell them they drop something up by the camp. Yeah, Priest Headley for sure. So
yeah,
you know, so like he shared that one day with you, specifically.
yeah, no, he didn't mention that one, but I've heard the reason about that before in the program still, but no, I didn't know it was him.
So,
I would ask him now to tell me that story for sure.
Well, so many experiences, so you know, and maybe you could ask him that on the study group, which would lead me to that now still, you know, to inform the audience. Now, as I said, since you returned from the camp now, you know, you had, you know, you've been holding a series of choir practices and study groups on the African Liberation Network that's on YouTube. I think you do it Facebook, I don't know if you stream it Facebook, but for sure on YouTube, African Liberation Network. You know, and I know you are yourself and the study group will be actually, I think you've launched it already, or will be launching a new time slot, I think on the Sundays in the morning, as it relates to the Congress. As you said yourself, it's usually you, Priest Headley, Empress Maisie, Prophet Matthew, and the Honorable Priest Jesus does be there sometime. And a few ones I pass through myself. But I just usually get it after the fact sometimes, so don't feel long. But yeah, not live all the time, but forgive me. You don't know the radio program time, that Sunday morning thing and so, but everything is blessed. So tell us a little bit more, my lord, about the study group, the choir practice, and exactly what time, because this is for all members of the Congress, isn't it? You know, who come in, and that's the impression I'm getting. And I don't think there's any platform right now that is doing that specific work. Of all the platforms, we're in, you know, the Congress internationally, got to have plenty of platforms. Yes, I know they have some WhatsApp groups and so, you know, don't get me wrong. So please, nobody feel no way. And I think, you know, they have some Facebook, you know, vibes too. So enough respect to everything everyone is doing such. But I think on the YouTube level, you know, a kind of more interactive Zoom level where we're hearing one another talking and kind of real time, I don't think there's anything like that. So I would like you to explain to the listening public, you know, what the study group, Bobo Shanti study group is all about, and exactly when they could come in, and even the choir practice as well, my lord. Right. Give thanks for such initiative as well, eh?
Yes, my lord. Well, all right. So on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US, which, you know, soon that's going to change, you know, because here in America, they change the time. So I think we'll keep it at 7 still, but it will be for people in Jamaica, that it will be 7 their time this instead. But right now it's 6 Jamaican time. Eventually it'll be 7 Jamaica time. And does Antigua change the time?
No, it's the Eastern Caribbean time.
Okay.
So far beyond, you know, where we belong.
It'll be 6 p.m. then Eastern Caribbean time, but you know.
No, it'll be, yeah, right. Okay, I get you. You're correct.
In the future. Right now it's at 7.
Yeah, you're correct. You're totally correct. You're totally correct.
Sorry, I don't want to confuse anyone.
Yeah, I just have it
Eastern Standard Time, US on Tuesday. Every Tuesday night is the International Choir practice, where, you know, basically we have Empress Maisie is usually on. She, you know, and Priest Merle is also one of the, you know, leader of the class. You know, he knows a lot of choruses, a lot of hymns. And so the first part of it, from 7 until about, say, 8:30, 9 o'clock, we really just is like choruses. We were going through choruses, like anybody, if they have a chorus that they want to ask, like what's the air of it, and have someone sing it for them. Whoever's on the line that knows it will sing it. Usually it's Empress Maisie, but sometimes it's other people. So, you know, and we just share, you know, it's a free kind of thing. It's not like Empress Maisie is the teacher and everybody else is the student. Empress Maisie knows a lot and she can sing well, but she you know, she doesn't know every chorus, and so sometimes she might need a strength too. So it's just for anybody, any Bobo Shanti who wants to practice, who maybe wants to learn some new choruses, some new hymns, or even just to have some fellowship, you know, with brothers and sisters from around the world. Like we usually have, you know, Empress Lily May is usually on there from Ethiopia.
Yes.
We have a few brethren in South Africa who usually tune in. We have ones in, of course, Jamaica from the camp is live streaming. Well, when Priest Daniel comes on, they have a choir practice in the camp, in the food house every night. And so they live stream their practice for us to hear. And they actually sing, they'll do 7 hymns. They'll do 6 hymns, and then they'll do 3 choruses, and then they'll seal it with the last hymn. And it's not just them singing too. It's also like, you know, an explanation of like, you know, how the different parts go, and say if there's like any parts of a hymn that are like challenging, we'll spend time going over it. And, you know, if ones have questions, it's a class, you know, it's not just a service, you know, so it's like it's a learning experience. So you can ask questions, you can, you know, share ideas, or if you knew the words to be differently, it's that kind of thing where we iron out the wrinkles. Yeah, so it sharpens everybody really, you know, and sometimes like when they're doing the hymns, I'll put up the lyrics for the hymn, so everyone who's watching or on the Zoom can see the lyrics and hear the air of it. That'll help. So even if they're at home, they can sing along. I'd ask them to keep their microphone muted though still, because, you know, when 2 people are talking at the same time on Zoom, it kind of creates a delay anyway. But so you can sing along, you can just listen and learn anyway. So that usually is from about 7 until maybe 10:30 or so, like that. It takes a while, and usually ones and ones reason at the end and just kind of, you know, bless each other and share some, you know, thoughts or feelings, whatever, about the class, and just random reasoning, whatever ones have on their heart. And then every Sunday now, it used to be Wednesday, but because of the time, you know, at say like 7 p.m. here in America, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning in different parts of Africa. So we switched it to Sunday. So, and it's Sunday morning, one, because it gives them in Africa and like Ethiopia, South Africa, it wouldn't be like at night for them. It's still in the daytime. They can, you know, have the rest of their evening to do whatever. but also because the Sunday reasoning, the International House Reason, is also on Sunday. I think they have theirs at like 2. We didn't want to compete with them, so we put hours in the morning so that theirs is in the afternoon. So anyway, you know, you could call in the morning, and the study group is just, you know, we generally will have a topic, which, you know, it could be any topic, really, anything relevant to our culture, to human rights, to African liberation, anything, you know, anything that we need to study and know about. It could be the Bible, it could be the Black supremacy book, it could be, like the other night, the topic was words. You know, that was something Priest said we wanted to talk about. But we've also discussed Black liberation theology. We've discussed, you know, the keeping the order and different aspects of the order that have, you know, become, you know, like say the washfoot tradition where it exists, we know of it, but it doesn't really happen. And like the cup fasting and stuff, we know the service, but we don't, it's not happening. So anyway, we talked about a bunch of things that used to be and, you know, need to be revived, even the justice box. So, but yeah, we like to, like, so far, we haven't really had too many priests on at the same time. We've had, you know, a few different priests at different times, but I think in order for us to get a real good, proper understanding and a rounded reasoning, we need at least three leading priests.
Not just leading priests, but I mean especially, not sorry to go over there, but not just leading priests, but ancient ones. That, my Lord. Right. Well, this is why we're making this call now to those out there. You know, as I said, you can feel free. So how they get on now? How they get the Zoom link and all of that? And even me, you know, simple as it look here, you know, when you have to type in this, I just like press the button. And they just carry me where I go. So how they get it? Like if they want to be there, say they want to sit in Sunday for this reasoning here. They want to hear what Priest Headley saying, and they want to hear what Empress Maisie and yes, they want to hear what's going on. How they get in there?
And in WhatsApp groups.
WhatsApp.
But yeah, WhatsApp and Facebook is where I've been sharing the link. But I could send it in email too if anyone has an email address that they want to send to me. You know, they could go to, say, the African Liberation Network and say comment down in the comment section and leave an email address, or somehow if they can reach me. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's that hard to get in contact with me these days. So if you try, like that. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, because you know, WhatsApp is like we're all connected. You know, everybody, most people in most places have WhatsApp. So somebody that you know probably would know somebody that knows me. You know what I mean? So, and the same way for everybody else. You know, everybody in the Congress is not we're not that distant from each other, even though we're at great, you know, length, you know, geographically. We're easy to connect these days. And you know, so yeah, I can send anyone the link in an email if they want to, or if they have.
And give me that email again. The African Liberation Network.
No. My email address is jadaniel.
Right.
.r7design@gmail.com.
Okay.
I was saying they could go on the African Liberation Network YouTube channel and leave a comment.
Yes. Okay.
And their email address if they want to. That's one way they could contact me. Otherwise, my email address is jadaniel.r7design@gmail.com. You can reach me.
Positive. Okay. Designs or design?
Singular, no S.
Okay, you know how it is with these things. Daniel dot, like period, R, like the letter R, yes. 7, number 7, design.
Yes.
@gmail.com. Okay, positive, man. So, but if somebody, because I know it's streamed live on the YouTube, so if they come to African Liberation Network, they can comment in the, I don't know if you check these comments that was being decided. Okay, all right, fair enough. And yeah, so they still have a way that they can interact. I think it's a very, you know, a very good cause, and it's a cause
and
that leads to unity.
If anyone who wants to, like, if you don't use Zoom and you don't have that on your phone or your computer, if you become a subscriber on the African Liberation Network, you'll get a note, and you turn the notifications on, then you would get a notification every time we go live, you know, so you wouldn't really have to remember necessarily. Every Tuesday and every Sunday, you would just get a notification and get a reminder that we're going live. And it's usually pretty, you know, lengthy programs too. So, you know, even if you're an hour late, you still should come because there's gonna be plenty more reasoning. Yeah, especially if there's more than one elder. You know, like sometimes we'll have, Empress Lily May is usually on. Empress Maisie and Priest Headley are usually on. But you know, if we have a few different elders, they really get to, you know, I just see you can hear the joy that they have when they reason with each other, and it's such a edifying experience for a younger one to really hear them talk about those days and refer to those times, and they all remember different parts of it. And when you hear it all together, it really is, you know, it's a good.
It is very necessary. Yes, my lord. Yeah. You can look to seal it up here. I don't know if any sealing words that you have, you know, as we say, even as it relates to the chalice as well, just reminding the family, even that email that you gave, they can contact Jah Daniel directly by that email, jahdaniel.r7design@gmail.com, or you could definitely contact us straight here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Any which way you do it, you know, the result will be the exact same, and you will get your chalwa to yourself. So to give thanks, you know, you want to say a little thing about these designs, my lord? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, true. I mean, all right, so the chalices, we have, you know, what you call a water chalice. I would just say it's like a regular chalice.
Yeah, like a regular. It's the regular thing I like to run from, you know. But anyway, that's for next conversation.
True, my lord. The standard chalice. You know,
okay. That's it, my lord. I love that. All right. I love that.
We, you know, you can order them. You can have it like rough with like still the fiber on it, like the unsanded, unfinished kind of look. That would be like the most basic and the least expensive type to get. You can also customize it, you know, like as the one you see with the 7 colors banner. You can have any colors that you want. It's not, you know, even if you're not a Rastafari and you want a chalice that's pink with flowers on it, I would do that. You know, anything ones and ones want, you know, if it's within my capacity to do it.
I hear you.
I mean, I can only do so much, but reasonably I can, you know, customize it to your own liking. You could get it smooth without paint. You know, you could get it with paint. You could get it rough. But we also, you know, the kachis, we sell those individually as well in different sizes. You can get them, you know, big, small for your personal, you know, for a little, if you have real strong herb and you can't take a whole cup, then you can get a little small kachi, you know. If you're sharing with a bunch of people, then, you know, you want the big one, you know, put a whole 1/4 ounce or something in there, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we also,
and your steamers.
The steam chalice, yeah, we make them coconut and bamboo as well. We sell the steam chalice kachis individually as well. You know, those can be customized the same way, you know. And if you have any, you know, specifics that you want, just, you know, if it's, just tell me. And if it's something I can do, I'll let you know if I can do it. Of course, all of the customization takes the price up a little bit, you know, because that's more work for me, you know, more time and things like that. But, you know, you can make it however you want it, as simple or as complex as you like. And, you know, I would say link Honorable Priest Isaac right now, you know. I don't have a website of my own. You can also, I mean, you can link me on Facebook. I'm Jah Daniel on Facebook. And you can order it that way. You can just message me. And you have my email address. You know, I already said that. You can email me and directly anyway, however you can contact me, I'll take your order and try to make it as, as much to your liking as possible. Yeah, and then try to, we anywhere in the world, like the priest said, any country, we can pretty much get it there. Yeah, of course, the further you are away from the US, of course, the more expensive it's gonna be. So, just know that. And yeah, that's all I would say about the chalices at this time.
True, my Lord. Well, I'm still gonna come forward again to that sealing word differently and the Congress in general, if you have any last words. That's what we like to say. Oh, okay.
I also have some of Priest Headley's
I was just gonna ask you that.
And some bags, coconut bag, purse, kind of like a purse kind of thing. And
show that up again, or show that up again, please.
True.
I witnessed those things made with my eyes, when Priest Daniel sit down on that. Put that.
And also, watch it now. Tea, the kettle,
Priest Headley's production.
Yeah, it's all made out of coconut. Everything, even the things the stuff that binds it together, even that's made out of coconut. Yeah.
When you ship that have to be shipped definitely on the fragile.
Truly. But yeah, we have them. You can reach me, and even robe and turban. Priest Headley, he gave me permission to put out the word that if you want robe and turban, you can contact me if you want him to make you a robe and turban. He generally likes to get at least a half of the amount of the cost as a deposit, so he can start the project, and then you pay for the rest of it and the shipping whenever the robe is finished. Robes, turbans, kaba, all of those things too. So
yeah, man, royal man. Priest Headley is who make King Emmanuel. Well, I wouldn't say like him alone, but the top King Emmanuel tailor that him. None of them robes you see King Emmanuel have on, it's Priest Headley make them.
Yeah, true.
Wow. So when them man make a robe for you, play around thing, Taylor Smith from down in the gully.
One morning before a service, I don't know if it was morning devotion or the celebration service, but I came down the hill from Priest Daniel's house, and as I'm walking down the hill, I hear Priest Headley from inside. He said, "What color turban you have on, my Lord?" And I said, "Red." And he was like, "Okay, here you go." And he comes out with a new turban, a new robe for me, to match my turban. I said, wow, really felt special at that time. It's like, your own, not to say he's my own tailor, but it felt like, like how you would imagine a king to have someone who makes his robe for him. Yeah, it was a good feeling, Yeah, and he's really skillful at what he does. They're all very good quality robe and turbans that he makes, Yeah.
My Lord. Well, give thanks. Give thanks to the love, and give thanks to the reasoning, and give thanks that the Father was with you in that movement. Marcus Garvey, right now, right? Some heavy thunder outside, heavy boom, 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 bam, boom, bam. And it was acting like that earlier, but it has intensified, and it's not even raining as such, and it has intensified, and it's Marcus we're speaking about, and all love to the people in Haiti, as you said, but give thanks to your mystic tradition and your mystic mission, and give thanks to Jah open the heavens and expose himself to the eye. Give thanks for all the works going through. Just reminding everyone again, Sunday 9 o'clock and Tuesday 7 o'clock. 9 in the morning, 7 in the evening, Sunday, Tuesday, respectively. Definitely African Liberation Network. Yes, my Lord.
If I can, I forgot one.
Yes, please. Well,
I forgot one key part. I forgot one key part of the story about the earthquake too. So Honorable Priest Gentle Edwards, he was culturing leading up to beginning the 24th Psalms chant, right? Which during the 24th Psalms chant, that was when the earthquake happened. So before the I have it recorded, I'll share it eventually. But before we began right before we began playing the Naya Bingi, you know, he's saying, you know, give thanks for the Daniel #1 band. And he, you know, not in his exact words, but he said, you know, the Naya Bingi is what makes the earth tremble. And then his earthquake happened right the next after he said that was earthquake, you know. So
yes.
it's the powers, you know. Yeah, I forgot to include that when I told
So
you.
So you know which part in the psalm chant we did reach when that happened?
I don't know, because I didn't feel it. I would have to really
yes, you did
compare. I would have to compare the time, because I started the recording pretty much right as we came in to the Tabernacle, and that was right after 6. So it's, you know, I know that it's about it's a according to Priest Headley, he said that that's when it happened. I don't know. Me, I'm not as experienced in the order to know exactly what time everything goes through.
Yeah. I get that.
I can find out for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, there's certain things you're saying, you know, whether it's whatever part of the psalm, Jai, maybe it's there. So I'm just interested to know when that was happening. Oh,
I'm gonna look into it. I'll look into it and let you know what I find out for sure.
Oh, glory. My Lord, give thanks.
My Lord.
Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah. Give thanks, you know. I will accompany you out. And of course, give thanks for the Sabbath day coming in. So yes, family, we give thanks to the Honorable Daniel, Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel, and the blessings thereof. Of course, remember to get your chalwa. And of course, you could definitely tune in to the international platform and definitely get it there. But before I go, family, of course, I got to remind you of the international homeschool classes, encouraging you to enroll the young ones, the young children today. Remember, we're definitely offering African heritage and astronomy. You know, of course, all the information is right here. Definitely all the information is really in the link below, in the description below. The link is in the description below this video. Just below, go down, you see all the links, and you could definitely visit our website. And of course, our email, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. And definitely that will lead you straight to us, where you get more information as it relates to the international homeschool classes. Remember, we have a very, very special offer that is taking place even at this moment for sure. Something you would like to take advantage of, just to use the term advantage of, but something you'd like to look into for sure, you know, as we offer over 140 classes which are designed with the young ones in mind, the inquisitive minds in mind, you know, the fertile minds in mind. Definitely the young minds, the little ones for sure. And these classes come to you over a 10-month period. So really, family, just in case you're wondering, it's not just a course as such. It's actually a homeschool program. You understand? So it runs for the whole academic year, you know, which is approximately, again, 10 months. And every single day, the young ones will get their class coming through the email. You download it and you watch it. The class is between 15 to 25 minutes long. You know, only maybe a few may have gone beyond that, but they're designed, you know, just enough for the young minds to elevate them so they learn. And trust me, you will see the difference as it relates to their Afrocentricity, as it relates to the movements of the heavens. Myself and the young youths, we conduct the whole classes, the seminars, something you'll definitely full joy, and we will interact with the young ones for sure. And of course, they have assignments that they would have to do as well. Nothing that is too hectic on them. It will be nothing but joy. Your young ones would love it. So remember, you also have the opportunity to get a sneak preview as such. It's not a free trial. You know, you would see, let's just say, a few of the classes, so you understand exactly what it is you would be getting when you enroll into the International Homeschool program. Keep in mind, your brother is a certified. I'm certified. I've showed you the certificate. And of course, you already saw when we were presented it and we made that, did that interview on the Observer Radio. So I'm certified in the field of archaeoastronomy. So this is why here at the Institute, we can also give the young ones their certificate from their professor, myself. This is how we do it, my family. So it's not no pseudoscience that we're bringing here. Everything is well in line. Of course, you know, we are certified priests of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. So definitely everything is quite in line and perfect in all ways. And I'm encouraging you to definitely look into, at least look into what we have to offer, because you will be happy that your young ones become a part of this. Yeah, man, there's nothing greater, you know, greater joy than to see your young child have this love for Africa, which is what the African aspect of this course was designed for. That is why I speak so strongly about that, because it's something I, as they say, believe in. Yeah, not just the knowledge of Africa, but having a heart and a love and connection with Africa. That's how it was designed. But anyway, do give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. I wouldn't hold you any longer. Inviting you to tune in to Radio Anu. Remember, from 6 Sabbath to 6, the ending of Sabbath, it's Sabbath sounds and Sabbath vibes on the sabbatical station. I'm talking about Radio Anu. And how do you get there? You definitely visit us, priestisaacinstitute.com, priestisaacinstitute.com, Radio Anu. And remember to join me Sunday Uprising, Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the radio show entitled Kidemi. Yeah, this is your Sunday morning cup of tea. Definitely looking forward to seeing you there on Radio Anu. Blessed love, heart of Sabbath, Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed love. Thanks.